about the explosion, Hunter. No shame in it. We've all been caught by a boom before. Did Eddie Brock make it out? He likes to try and kill me, but I think that's just his language of love.
Hydra forces in this area are causing trouble. Let's take them down.
This feels all too familiar. Someone order a knuckle. Hail that. They cannot possibly match your strength. No mercy for the servants of Luke. Weak, even for Hydra. For Hydra! As ordered. Paltry attempt at concealment. I'm gonna need some time here. I've got your back. I am alone. Over the years, Lilith's disciples have come in many forms. For vengeance. guessed you were aligned with Lilith.
The enemy has the upper hand. We're all gonna time for the real thing.
Hope they're ready.
Is that the best you've got?
We've done it. Excellent work.
Heading to shop class. You in?
I am ready.
Right on. Wait, what's Tony doing here?
It's interesting how you solved the heat problem.
Is that a good interesting or a bad interesting?
Neither. It's just not what I would have done.
Right. I have no idea what's going on here. Parker didn't invite Tony, did he?
I can ask.
Okay, I'll hang tight. Okay, before you ask, Tony kinda showed up and started talking.
When is the last time Tony Stark was booted from a club? It could be today.
As funny as that would be to record and post to Superlink, I'd rather recruit him than boot him. I don't know how to talk to rich people. Would you mind?
All right.
Thanks, Hunter. What did Parker say?
Tony just showed up.
Oh, this is getting weirder and weirder.
Good weird or bad weird?
I mean, he's Tony Stark. Confirmed super genius? Why would he want to slum it with us?
Let me talk to Tony.
I'll follow your lead.
Hey, boss. Fancy meeting you here. I didn't picture you for the technical type. Wait, no, I'm seeing it. You're someone who's always appreciated horsepower.
What brings you here, Tony?
I couldn't sleep. Saw Parker slip off with a backpack full of gadgets. I was tired and bored, so I followed him here. You know, the only time I've seen the Hellride is when it's on fire. Think Robbie will let me poke around under the hood?
Popping the hood is how it eats people.
We're safe. I'm canned beef, you're 17th century jerky, and Parker's full of, spider meat.
Shop class is open to you.
Well, that's nice, boss, but I don't plan to stay if I'm not welcome. Look, this isn't my thing, and I don't want to make it my thing. I'll stick around as long as Robbie and Parker are cool with it.
All right. We should ask them.
The two of you heard me, right?
Yeah, sure did.
So, what do you think? I'll be completely invisible.
Like Sue Storm?
Like a slightly taller Sue Storm.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. I mean, as long as the shop doesn't become a Stark subsidiary, I'm good.
Scout's honor.
Then welcome to shop class, Tony.
All right. You kids do your thing.
Now that we know Wanda's a threat, you'll need an edge if you face her again.
What kind of edge?
Nothing that involves her coming to harm. We're looking at ways to protect you from her abilities.
How is that possible?
Our first prototype keeps you connected to the real world in case Wanda alters it around you.
Like an anchor, tethering me to reality?
Exactly. If Wanda alters your reality, our second prototype alters it back. Robbie got the idea from his spirit of vengeance. I think the prototype is powered by Hellfire, so best not to jostle it.
Like a button I press to reset her alterations, or a broadcast interfering with her own transmission.
Perfect. You got it. You already gave me the components. Those will come in handy. You ready to put this one to bed?
I am ready.
This is good work. Don't know how we're gonna top ourselves.
No comment. But that's some good work.
Is that it for today?
I am ready to go.
So, Tony, do you have any thoughts on the project?
Well, who, me? I'm contributing now?
We, just wanted to know what you think.
The Hunter has more options against the Fallen. I think Shop Class has already proved its worth.
Really? You think?
That's my observation.
Tony Stark is looking over our shoulders. How cool is this, Robbie? It's extremely cool.
Well, Tony Stark is extremely cool. You heard it here first.
Nice shirt. Too bad you had to die for it.
There's...
Hail, fellow... can emo kid be singular?
Noble Oshter guides me. An elemental rod. I should take this back to the altar. Perhaps I should try this somewhere else. One more to go.
Emo kids for life.
Well met.
Here to gloat, Mother?
Quite the opposite. I was concerned. I could not sense you after...
Your pet monster nearly destroyed me.
An unintended and unforeseen consequence of your continued assault against me. The mystical energies within our blood do not always mix well with off-worlders. But neither do the wards of your pretentious sorcerer. The venom creature is a calculated but necessary risk.
Alien monstrosities, Wanda's unchecked powers coupled with Banner's unhinged mind. Whatever you are planning, Mother, I fear it may be beyond even your control.
Your concern touches me, but I would risk the heavens themselves if it meant saving you.
I do not need saving.
Oh, but you do. And that crack in your collar is the first step. Every revolution of self starts with the tiniest of rifts, an ever so slight splinter in the glass, a hanging thread begging to be pulled until it unravels all. You should be celebrating. That crack is the beginning of your emancipation from my sister's control. She keeps you collared because she fears you. They all do. Sarah wants to hold you back from realizing your full potential, the way she tried to hold me back centuries ago.
I would not need this collar had I not been corrupted by your blood.
Is that what you believe? Oh, child. There is so much you must learn. But you would never believe me if I told you. Not here. Not now. You must discover those answers on your own. Once you're unshackled, you will finally be free to be yourself.
And who is that? Answer me!
Hunter, we have finished the symbiote sampling device. Come to the forge to have a look.
Hey, can I ask a favor? Thanks, Hunter.
Peter, what's wrong? Stark and Strange are deciding what to do about Eddie. You think they'd ask, the only guy who gets what Eddie's going through. That sucks, dude. You okay? I'm fine. It's Eddie I'm worried about, as well as the rest of you. I guess I'm not qualified to handle this because I'm not an Avenger.
Men that powerful think they have all the answers.
Well, they're making a big mistake leaving the Venom expert out of their plan to stop Venom. I know.
Oh, you are gonna love this. Hey, boss. Here you are, Hunter. One symbiote sampler, hot off the old demonic presses.
That is not what I expected.
Yes, I for one am not going anywhere near that thing.
You're a doctor. Don't tell me you're afraid of a little needle.
That is most certainly not a needle.
Well, you say tomato, I say one gamma-infused arc-powered laser tomato. Either way, we're good to go. Now we just have to get close enough to Venom to use it.
And I suppose you have a plan for that, too?
Actually, I don't. Been too busy wrangling our friendly Forge demon while ignoring Strange's advice in order to build a one-of-a-kind gamma-powered symbiote extractor that burns hot enough to pierce the sun. But basically, we just need to stick the pointy end in him and let the device do the rest. Once we jab that thing, the symbiote will be extracted and stored within the chamber. The fluid inside should maintain the sample's molecular integrity indefinitely. I based it on the saliva he left on you during that last round.
I see. And does Spider-Man, Peter, think it will actually work?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I've kind of been keeping him out of the loop on this one. Look, Peter's a great kid, with a big heart. He looks at Venom and he doesn't see the same mucus monster we do. All he sees is Eddie Brock. From what he's told me, the two of them weren't exactly best friends before the symbiote got thrown into the mix. But that doesn't matter to Peter. It's not going to be easy to get that sample. We'll have to get real close. I know Peter would give anything, including his own life, to save Eddie. Guess I just don't want to see him distracted when the time comes. Look what happened to me with Bruce.
Venom is not Banner, Tony. And Peter is not you.
Well, that's the point. I look at Peter and I see, well, maybe the person I could have been if I didn't let money, fame, and my dad's war profiteering get the best of me. Maybe I just want to keep the kid a kid for as long as possible.
Tony.
End of the day, we gotta find Venom first before any of this matters. Given his symbiote is happily sliming its way across the 5 boroughs, it's gonna be hard getting any kind of reading on him with conventional means, as in the non-demonically possessed kind. Thankfully, there's always Auntie Caretaker and her magic mirror. I'd check in with her. Talk to you soon, Hunter. What have you got for me, boss? What can I say except you're welcome? Big Tony's Forge of Mystery. We never close.
Found another artifact, Hunter? On the risk, really?
Ready when you are. Don't forget to write.
They say the Pacific Ocean has no memory, Hunter.
But you were looking at the Atlantic.
Really? Well, that explains so much. Just think. A few years ago, I was just your quintessential 98-pound high school freshman weakling. Even the lunch ladies used to shake me down for milk money. Now look at me, hanging with the legendary Hunter and the Midnight Suns in their super-secret Atlantic Ocean base.
We are happy to have you.
That's just it. What if that radioactive spider had decided to chomp down on someone else's behind? What would old non-arachnid me be?
Something tells me you would have changed the world regardless, Peter Parker.
Change the world? Let's not get carried away here. I may have helped out a bit in the neighborhood, but...
You have certainly impacted me.
Right back at you, pal. You know, Hunter, I've been to a lot of truly amazing places since I put on the old spider tights. Way beyond my little neighborhood in Queens. But when all is said and done, there is nowhere I'd rather be right now than here with the rest of you.
I see Tony showed you his new toy.
He did.
He is so in love with his toys. I don't suppose he's given much thought as to who should get close enough to Venom to use it.
If anyone understands Venom, it is Peter. He might be a good candidate for this mission. The ability to put ourselves in our enemy's shoes can tell us where they have been and where they are going.
Peter. Interesting. His innate humanity and unwavering empathy for Eddie Brock's plight could make him an ideal candidate. This won't be figured out right now, but we should decide something soon. Time is of the essence. But I suppose you know that better than anyone. We will talk again soon.
How are you, Peter?
You tell me, Hunter. I'm out of the loop on everything. They're off discussing what to do about Venom, and no one has said a word to me about it.
Maybe they are trying to protect you, Peter. They see your youth and feel the need to shield you a bit.
I've saved the city I don't know how many times. What do I have to do to prove myself? Grow a goatee like Strange?
I do not think that is necessary.
Good, because it would be way too itchy under the mask.
I know it can be frustrating, but you should not waste time wallowing in it.
I know, I should be doing something, because right now I feel kind of useless. Maybe I'll use the forge to bake a loaf of sourdough. Really get in Stark's way until he notices me.
If you want Stark to pay attention to you, there are better ways to make your point than making bread.
Well, I was kidding about that, but if you have suggestions...
Just walk up to him and suggest a way to help.
Okay, you've made your point. Fine. Maybe I'll speak up.
Excellent.
Just give me a bit. I'm a little rusty. The Sinister Six caused me to miss out on my speech class final.
Let's see if you're as good as they...
Ready for more? Caretaker said I need to be a team player. Peace.
Oh, my bad.
Well, I'm going to be sore for a day or two.
What's up, Ancient One?
I want to ask Bruce for help, and then I remember that, no, that's not an option anymore. Do as you wish. I'm here if you need me. Most of them don't stick around as a pompous version of themselves. Strange really need to figure out some sort of magical, unfallen control status. There it is.
Creature.
And pretty much the entire Hydra offensive.
No doubt stealing more of the priceless and, did I mention, extremely powerful artifacts housed within the sanctum.
I don't think so. They're fortifying a position here.
You're right.
We're never gonna get close enough to get a symbiote sample.
Oh, I wouldn't say never. Venom problem? No problem.
Wow, you got some serious range on that old Spidey sense, kid.
Or he got my text.
Either way, I'm your guy. Come on, team. I got an idea. Anyone? Definitely should have practiced that more in the mirror.
Sorry, kid. Can't risk a field trip on this one.
Yeah, 'cause you all have so much experience fighting Venom.
Spider-Man's cunning has proven to far exceed his years. In battle, not the talking.
Don't see any of us muscling in when the Mandarin's in town.
Okay, fine. I get it. What's the plan, Spider-Man?
Listen, I'm not a control freak. Do you have any good ideas?
Given their history together, I suppose it does make sense to trust Spider-Man on this plan of his.
crossbones.
And Eddie, and a really big... What is that?
Whatever it is, they brought an entire army to protect it.
Uh-huh. Sorry, just need to make a last-second adjustment to the plan.
Yes. The plan. What is it?
Right. Okay, stay low, wait for my signal. The time wasted. Suppressing gamma energy versus harnessing it. Oh, when Mother sees what I have become. What's up, Doc? Eat his brains. Signal! Signal! That was the signal! Counting on you again, old friend. 3, 2, 1. That used to always work. Well, it did that one time.
Parker, report. Parker, status.
Well, I am under a little pressure, but Eddie's right where I want him. Hey.
First you die, then we eat.
I take it we're on to plan B.
I'd say it's probably more like Plan 1.5. I'm betting those smaller bells vibrate at a similar frequency to their big brother. May not be perfect, but they could buy me the time I need to get that sample.
We have your sample right here, little spider.
Yep, walked right into that one.
Got him. Here it comes. Should get the blood moving. Mother tells us to hurry. Like being stuck in a wad of demonic...
Still coming for me.
Awaiting reinforcements. We'll always remember this place, Spider-Man. Remember what you did to us here before. We had done playing games. This price will be your doom.
Well, he's moved on from wanting to eat my brain, now he's just trying to bury me. That's progress, right?
Just hit him with the bells, please.
Looks like it's up to me. That armor must be stronger than it looks. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Here we go again. I'm going for it. Oh, this should be good.
Hey, nothing personal, alright?
Here we go.
Monoforms are for the weak.
That punch left a residue.
Sure, just do whatever the last guy did.
I'm going to get you for this.
I'm Gamma, on the move. We have longed for this moment, little squash you in this cursed place. You go. We shall feast upon your new friend heroes. And then devour your precious Mary Jane.
Hey, Eddie, I know that's just Lilith talking through you or whatever, but shut up already.
Lilith has sent you here to die. I hope you are prepared.
angered them.
We got company.
Your web is broken, little spider. Your trap has failed.
You may be right. This city is not worth your life, Spider-Man. We can find another way.
Tell that to Aunt May, Mary Jane, Harry, Flash, Felicia, Otto, and about 9 million other New Yorkers we're trying to save. If getting that sample means we can stop your mother from destroying this city, it's worth the risk. Just buy me some time.
One hell of a move.
This one's for you. Come in handy.
Hail Hydra!
Good. I could use some more practice.
We cannot keep this up forever.
But we can. Do you really? Your can defy the power of the Midnight Suns.
Don't forget arsenic, lead, zinc, and silver. 7th grade trip to the Liberty Bell.
Get some.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Sorry, Eddie. You know what happens when we ring that bell, right?
We haven't forgotten, but this time will be different.
Just the boost I needed. Coming at you. Maybe put some ice on that. You'll feel better.
You can't escape her wrath. Not too strong for you.
Now that actually hurt.
Someone feel a breeze.
They're almost here. Hold position.
My respect for Spider-Man grows every time I am forced to look into this creature's drooling maw.
Hydra again, Eddie? Your breath is almost worse than your bite.
We'll clean our teeth with your bones!
Don't play.
We will make you feel regret.
Probably best if you stay down.
You are puny.
Alright. I felt that one.
Think I swallowed a little. Gross. More fuel for the fire. At least in the sewer, the smell blends in.
They won't know.
Nailed it.
Weak, even for Hydra.
The advantage is mine.
Reinforcements inbound.
Looking mean as ever, Eddie. Maybe even a little meaner.
Playtime's over.
Hungrier. That hurts. For that.
Power of the light.
Soon we eat. No escaping this time.
Man, this is just gross.
Additional Hydra forces en route. Get ready. I liked it better when aliens were just little gray guys. Hydra doesn't know when to quit.
Is it the alien or the man that causes her to talk like that?
You are lucky to still be breathing.
This shall be of great help. No mercy.
Fragile, but not as fragile as you. We will crack your tiny bones. Hold still, little one.
Got me wrapped up.
Looks like they have got help.
I think I'm actually hurt. Try this on for size. This should help. You're in trouble now.
I would say that qualifies as amazing.
Lilith will not look kindly on this one.
Regroup and await reinforcements.
Wish I had some super healing right about now.
You were too weak for this fight.
I'm on it. Right, feeling it.
We will make you pay for that. Do not touch us. Even we have a limit.
catch my breath.
This is gonna hurt.
I'm not really into guns, but you make a compelling argument.
Maybe we should wait for advice from the spider.
You don't have to tell me twice. We got it. Let's do this. Much as I enjoy this dance of ours, Eddie, I think it's time we change it up. How about we try a little smash up? What? That's not a thing anymore?
Let's find out.
Now, this might sting for just a second, but that's perfectly natural. Also, perfectly natural.
What just happened?
Just a little something I like to call the plan.
Fury's got 2 teams digging for Venom as we speak.
You may want to add 2 or 3 more. Just saying.
You dropped a church on him. I doubt he's going anywhere.
Parker,
Uh-oh.
I have seen that look before.
congratulations on a job well done.
Aw, thanks everyone. I'll remember this moment forever. Which is probably how long it's gonna take me to pay the church's repair bill.
Oh, not to worry. Thankfully, we have a billionaire in the house.
Yeah, at least Stark's credit card is good for something.
Oh, these kids. Real sweethearts. Good plan, Peter. Executed like a champ. Craziest plan I ever saw in my life. Still can't believe he pulled that off.
Yes, and now we must make use of the sample he recovered.
We?
All right, everyone. I know you all have a lot more important things to do than cheer little old me on. Let's go save the world. Oh, and if anyone happened to record any of this, feel free to send it my way. For training purposes, of course.
I knew Peter was going to come through.
Just between you and me, I wasn't 100% sure that little plan would pay off out there. I mean, I was pretty sure, but I still had that little voice in the back of my head. If you screw this up, Venom's gonna be snacking on your skull. Even worse, I would have let you down, not to mention the others.
I always knew you would succeed, Peter. Enjoyed the praise you received.
Thanks. It's kind of nice to be the man of the hour. Even if it only lasts, an hour. Spent so long trying to keep Spider-Man and Peter Parker separate from each other, I never really had the chance to celebrate victories with,
Friends?
Exactly. Thank you for that, Hunter.
However you look at it, be glad we got the sample.
Now we can get the doc home, keep you less explodey. All around, a good day.
We all owe you a thanks.
I was nothing. Besides, helping the boss man test his top-secret prototype on a demonically possessed alien symbiote-human hybrid has got to look good to the folks at Stark Industries. Would love to get a shot to work for Tony one day. Just wish Spider-Man could submit a resume.
But you are working with Tony, Peter. You are an integral member of the team.
Whoa. Mind just...
Peter?
Nope. Mind's still blown. I just need to sit here and let it all sink in, Hunter. I'll talk to you soon.
Next time Parker comes up with a plan, I want to be the one to punch the giant bell.
Parker's plan was chaotic but effective. I doubt even Lilith saw that one coming.
Hey, I knew Peter was gonna come through.
I bet you've heard nothing but ringing Venom's Liberty Bell jokes.
Gotta thank Peter. Maybe now the others will start.
Still reading Wanda's grimoire, I see?
Yeah? Why? You got an opinion about it?
Why do you insist on torturing yourself this way?
I can torture myself any way I want.
Reading her grimoire will not bring her back, and you know that.
I don't know anything for sure, Hunter, and neither do you. And for your information, I think I totally found something that might be able to help. According to her grimoire, it looks like Agatha was helping Wanda control her connection to chaos magic. And since chaos magic is a hell of a lot more powerful and ancient than Lilith, I'm thinking there's a way I can figure out how to use it to undo Lilith's hold on her.
Chaos magic is the darkest and most treacherous magic you can play with. It is said to come from Chthon himself. If you are planning on dabbling in it, you will need my help.
You're not, afraid of messing with hardcore Elder God magic and inventing a potentially dangerous new spell?
I am dangerous.
Okay, Danger. You can help me by not telling Caretaker what I'm up to. She doesn't believe Lilin corruption can be undone and will totally try and stop me.
She lacks your imagination.
She lacks more than that. Well, if we're really gonna try this, I've got a lot of reading to do to try and figure this out.
And I shall keep your secrets.
Mum's the word, Hunt.
Nice work out there, Hunter. The sample you delivered is super promising. Come see us tomorrow in the Forge.
Dude, I stress-ate popcorn watching you on Central.
From what I've seen, you could drop 5 churches on Venom and he'd still keep coming. I doubt we've seen the last of him.
I appreciate this time away from the Forge. Despite Tony's complaints, a bit of soldering is far less effort than wrestling a demon into daily submission.
I understand. Keeping that demon in check is tougher than the others can imagine.
Mr. Reyes can imagine. He's the only one with an inkling of the malignant power within. If we cannot contain it, we must destroy it. Should I ever fall, Mr. Reyes and his spirit of vengeance will know what to do. Which is the lengthy way to say I should relax now and again to maintain vigilance.
You often say it the lengthy way.
I refuse to dignify that with a response. To do so would prove me incapable of brevity, which is quite simply untrue.
You are doing it on purpose, are you not?
Allow me to rebuke your slander with a dozen refutations. Point the first.
stop?
As you wish. I did enjoy myself.
Elemental rod. I should take this back to the altar. There, finished.
The moon seals are ancient talismans of the old gods. And in your case, they are the keys to unlocking an even greater gift.
Is that why Wanda was here? In pursuit of this gift?
Just as we started with you as a child, I allowed Wanda to experiment here, with the hope of focusing her powers through training in basic elemental magic.
But that is not what happened.
Wanda's connection to the old gods, to Chthon, was not the same as yours. She isn't descended from the blood, and the trials weren't meant for her.
But you knew this before she started.
I did. And you should understand that I regret not putting a stop to her efforts sooner.
Then what really happened here?
When Wanda tried to use this moon seal to access the next trial, the Bloodgate didn't open, but the seal's power did have an effect. She had visions, both terrible and somehow alluring at the same time. What started as idle curiosity became a compulsion for her.
And now I am on the same path. So, where is the next Bloodgate?
Beyond the Standing Stones, if memory serves. I doubt you'll have any trouble finding it. We may have woken you up to save the world, but just think where the Abbey would be without your efforts, Hunter. The magical energies flowing through the grounds are converging on the altar, drawn to it like moths to a flame.
As a child, it never occurred to me how important this altar was to you.
Where would a fabled witch be without her various accoutrements? Just as your swords are an extension of your power, so too are my altar, the cauldron, and the library.
And now that the altar has been restored?
It's time we start using them to our advantage. Come by the library tomorrow night, and we'll conjure something together. Oh, and thank you again for the help, dear.
I want to share something with you. Something I have never shared with another.
Magic,
When I was at Professor Xavier's school, I would listen to this album in my room all the time. Sometimes for many days straight.
After your time in limbo, music must have been a revelation.
It was a lifeline, but it made me no friends. I prefer to listen in solitude, as I always have.
You are not alone now.
Good, you noticed. The others would not understand. But I know you will, as we both have so much in common.
Yes. We do seem to make good colleagues, do we not?
Yes. I am glad I chose not to portal you and Strange into the abyss that first mission.
Funny.
A joke, yes. Okay, enough talking. Let's listen to the album now. The second hour is when it really gets good.
Hunter, let's catch up.
Seems like you have got a lot on your mind.
You could say that.
Do you need to share?
I always wanted to be good at my job, but now I think it's possible to be so good you're actually terrible.
Explain.
Okay, I really wanted to show off how I could get a sample of Venom's symbiote, right?
And you did.
Right! Yay me! But in getting it, I left poor Eddie trapped under a heap of rubble.
What you did saved lives. Do not forget that.
You're right. I know logically I did the right thing. I came through for the team. but it still doesn't feel right.
I know you feel pity for your friend, Eddie, but he is no longer a man. He is a monster.
No, he was a man, and the symbiote was an alien. But Lilith turned them both into demons, and no one deserves that fate. Eddie Brock may be troubled, sure, we all are. I guess that's why I can't shake the feeling that there's more I could have done.
Like digging him out of the rubble?
No. I mean helping him turn his life around. The way real heroes are supposed to.
Who knows? Maybe you will someday.
Yeah, big emphasis on maybe. If only Tony or Strange invented some kind of time machine, I could go back and keep Eddie from going down this path.
Stranger things have happened.
Thanks for the chat, Hunter. I've got a lot to think about. If anyone needs me, I'll just be here, sighing deeply.
Hey, can I ask a favor? Thanks, Hunter.
No, absolutely not. You go too far, Nico. Last time you tried to save Wanda, you almost got us all killed. I will not let you risk the safety of this Abbey again.
Listen to yourself. I think I have a way of purifying Lilith's corruption, a way of bringing back both Wanda and Banner, and your response is to shut me down.
I told you time and time again, there is no way of removing corruption.
Just because you failed and never found a way of doing it doesn't mean I can't. What are you so afraid of? That I'll actually succeed?
No, I'm afraid you're becoming just like Wanda.
Oh, I see how it is. You always hated her, and now you're gonna turn that hate onto me too.
That's not what I meant. Nico, wait. Let me explain.
I don't need your explanation. I need you to stay out of my way.
He's done. Thanks, Hunter. Stay out of trouble.
Let me guess. You came out here to see if I'm okay.
Are you okay, Nico?
No, I won't be okay until we get Wanda back, but you already know that. I just wish Caretaker trusted me more. I mean, I'm not a kid, you know? I'm a ridiculously experienced witch with ridiculously amazing powers. She should be letting me use my talents to help the team, but instead all she does is doubt my ability to do anything.
Just do not let her make you doubt yourself.
Don't worry, I won't. I know who I am and what I'm capable of. I'm not gonna let someone as bottled up as her to tell me otherwise. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get her back.
And when Caretaker tries to stop you?
She can get out of the way. Or get run over. Now excuse me, I've got a free Wanda spell to craft.
I still say
we could go a few rounds.
Welcome, honey.
I do not think there is a single spell you are unfamiliar with.
You honor me with your compliment.
How is the sample analysis going?
Oh, you mean the vial of demonic alien goo Peter took out of poor Eddie. That sample analysis?
That is the one.
In a word, gross. But a fascinating kind of gross. This symbiote exists as a whole at the molecular level. Every atom of it is a self-sustaining, slimy little entity in and of itself. Yet when the molecules bond, they undergo a change state that can only be described as something out of abstract expressionism, and I can see your eyes glazing over right now.
I am sure this makes sense to you, but try to remember I am not from this time. I am still getting used to the idea of lights that turn on when you flip a switch.
Right. I will slow down a bit, skip the science babble, and get right to the point. I think we can use Venom's slime sample as the basis of a suit.
Like a Venom suit?
No, not like Venom. No symbiosis. It would exist as an anti-symbiote, to protect you the next time you two meet. Think of it as a kind of armor. Strange and I are working on a design right now. Give me 24 hours, and I think you'll be very pleased.
It turns out Tony does occasionally make useful contributions.
Got more coil for me? Not bad, right? Tony is working. Later.
Time's wasting, Hunter. All right, then.
Nico is certainly as daring as Caretaker is cautious. Attempting to remove Lilith's corruption is not a magical endeavor for the faint of heart.
Is it even possible to remove it?
I'm not sure, actually. It's something I should do a little research on. But if it is, one thing is for sure. All magic has its price. The question is, are you willing to pay it to help get Wanda back?
I am not so much concerned with what toll this magic could take on me, but on Nico. I do not want to see her fall.
But you should be concerned with how this will affect you. I know I am. You are more vulnerable than you know. The crack in your collar may be hardly noticeable to the naked eye, but it's a significant crack in your energetic armor. A spiritual vulnerability that cannot be overlooked or understated. A vulnerability she will exploit. If you choose to defy Sarah and help Nico remove Lilith's hold on Wanda, it might be at your own peril.
Be assured, Agatha. I have no intention of unnecessarily risking myself or anyone else in this abbey.
You always protected others from the powers of darkness, even if it was your own mother. Something I loved about you when I was alive, and still love about you now that I'm gone. Whatever happens, Hunter, just remember to keep yourself intact. We can't take on Lilith without you. you have any ideas on how to keep this team from unraveling? Because I'd love to hear them. I'm at my wit's end, Hunter. Nico is hell-bent on finding some spell in Wanda's grimoire to remove Lilith's hold on our unfortunate friends. And I can't seem to dissuade her from putting our lives in danger again. You would think she would have learned her lesson with that magic mirror trick she pulled, but now she's just doubling down on darkness. What do you think I should do about her? Because I am at a complete loss.
She is acting out because she is still grieving the loss of Wanda. She needs to heal. She needs to know you care.
If we survive Lilith's assault on this world, then there'll be plenty of time to talk about our feelings on a psychotherapist's couch. Until then, she must learn to cope, as we all must. Nico is a talented witch, no doubt, but if she persists on this trajectory, she will suffer the same fate as Wanda. Perhaps you can talk her down. She's more likely to listen to you than me. Thanks, Hunter. Hey.
Hydra forces in this area are causing trouble. Let's take them down.
Is that it?
Get to the trucks and grab those artifacts before they roll out.
I'm on my way.
Let's try this. Whoa, that was weird.
Hail back.
won't stop them. Get to the artifact before they figure out what happened.
Now you're making me mad.
Oh, good. More goons. Looks like I've got their attention. How about this one? Run along now, you're outmatched. This should be good. You can cut that out anytime.
Don't give up. Target confirmed. They cannot possibly match your strength. You had your chance to escape. And you're stronger already. Still time to run away, but you better get going.
The battlefield is ours. Let's see how tough you are.
Can't take much more of this.
The artifacts are secure, but why don't you teach Hydra a lesson while you're there?
I think you've got him.
Where'd you learn that one?
Nothing we can't handle so far.
Oh, I'm not gonna forget you.
I've been waiting. Time for the real thing.
Time for some action.
Yeah, we just did that.
You were too weak for this fight.
We've done it. Excellent work.
I do not know when you have time to sleep. What is on your mind, Doctor?
Just stand here with me a moment. I want to see if you can sense what I'm sensing. Yes, I can see you feel it too. The magical energies that flow through the ether into the sanctum grow stronger. I've been locked away from them for too long, but when Tony and I complete your armor, it will be only a matter of time before we retake the sanctum. My mind races with nervous excitement at the thought of stepping back into my great cosmic library to stand in my power once again.
You never lost your true power, Doctor. You stand in it now.
That's kind of you to say, but since Venom evicted me from my home, it's no secret that I have felt diminished. I was so used to seeing the future, anticipation became a foreign sensation. Now that's all I feel. When I finally regain my sight into our many possible futures again, I'll finally be able to exhale. Until then, I must wait with bated breath, keeping faith that you will deliver a victory to us.
I hope so.
May the eye of Agamotto watch over us all.
Coming to book club tonight?
Meet you there.
After you.
Wasn't the first time I've read The Art of War, but I prefer this.
Looks like we're all here. Grab a seat and let's get started.
I am ready.
The Art of War is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite. Can anyone guess why?
Because it's not just about fighting, it's about how to conduct yourself when in conflict with others.
Carol gets it. For quite a while, all my interactions with people involve some form of conflict.
Interesting.
This book laid things out for me. Helped me understand you don't always smash yourself against a problem face first. You must understand your enemy before you can hope to defeat them. Hunter, you get this more than most. You understood Lilith, which led you to discover her weakness. With that came her defeat.
That is what Nico and the others are trying to figure out.
That goth night thing?
Emo kids, actually.
Whatever. Nico's magic nerd night. My point here, until we know what game Lilith is playing, there's no way we can break the rules. That's the only way we win.
So the favorite book of a half-vampire was written by Master Sun.
I'm the Daywalker. Of course it is.
Carol, what stood out for you?
The chapter about flexibility in warfare. Yes, it presented distinct situations, but at its core, it promoted a philosophy of adaptability. This is a subtle but key difference from the Kree war manuals I know. Those manuals lay out how to overcome every possible contingency. Because Kree commanders always expect an answer, exceptions can flummox the ones who let the rules think for them.
I have not met a Kree commander, but humans are just as capable of rigid thinking.
Oh, of course. I think that's what the text is working against. The art of war encourages fluidity of thought. The variations presented in the chapter on flexibility are examples, not rote technique.
And that's how wars are lost.
So I've been dying to know, what is Captain America's favorite part of this book?
After this read, everything he had to say about deception and warfare.
Ooh, explain.
Wait, what used to be your favorite?
Discussions of leadership. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I've long since internalized all that worked for me and examined what didn't. But convincing your enemy that your greatest weakness is your most powerful strength.
Or the opposite, that your strength is a vulnerability?
Exactly. It struck me, especially regarding our conflict with Lilith. So, what's our greatest strength?
Lilith has no allies, just thralls. She is alone in this fight, but we are united.
Are we? The greatest scientific mind I've known, sorry Tony, just defected to her side. What's to stop any of us from doing the same? I don't have an answer to the question I asked, but I plan to do what the art of war suggests. Learn her weakness. Adapt as the conflict evolves. Keep Lilith guessing. And above all, think.
And that'll do it.
Great. So what's our next book?
I told Carol she could pick the next one.
I decided on volume 32 of the Kavat Koth.
The what now?
It's a cross between a legal text, a spaceborne invasion defense manual, and one of those sagas that Thor seems to love.
Okay then.
I promise it's not a heavy read. I thought it would be a good companion to The Art of War.
See you all next time.
I didn't know what I was getting into when I signed up, but I'm glad we have book club.
It was good to see the conclusions we each drew from the book.
That's why I think we need to do this. A team that understands its disparate parts works better in concert. But don't quote me. Sun Tzu said it better.
I'm nervous about my book. I don't know how much of it will translate. Not the language, the ideas.
It is good to encounter new views. They help you better comprehend your own.
You really connected with The Art of War, huh? I think you'll like my choice. Give it a shot. That's all I ask.
That went better than expected.
Captain Marvel seemed quite impressed with your selection.
No, she didn't. Did she? No, you're just messing with me.
The book she chose? It sounds like the Kree version of the book you chose.
You think so?
I know so.
Huh. That went way better than expected. That's all for now. You taking off or hanging out?
I am taking off.
Later then.
I know I've asked a lot of you recently, dear, especially when it comes to these little excursions, but there is one more thing you could do to make an old witch happy.
If it were not so good to see you again, I might think you were taking advantage of me.
Ah, Hunter. You certainly are the product of your environment. Between Sarah and I suppose we're just lucky you didn't turn out more cynical. Besides, this might be interesting. Now that the altar is in working order, we just need to reignite my cauldron.
How interesting can that be? Your cauldron was always churning with some concoction in the old days.
Yes. And how do you think that was possible? It's not just any flame we're talking about here. Maybe you've heard tale of the demon fueling the forge? A fire-breathing demon, no less, blazing as hot as the flames of hell itself. Fortunately, I'll only require a single ember.
I can see where this is going. How do I find it?
I've enchanted this vessel to protect you from the ember's heat. You should be able to get close enough to retrieve it through one of the old mine tunnels beneath the forge.
I have seen the tunnels. They were here before the Abbey.
I'm not surprised. You always have been curious. The tunnel may lead close enough to the heart of the forge to retrieve an ember.
Come along, Charlie.
Hunter, I need to talk to you. I wanted to talk to you about, actually, let's go someplace else. It's a little personal. I wanted to talk to you about book club.
Oh, having a good time?
I'm having a great time. Always good to flex the old brain muscles. I need your advice, though.
What kind of advice?
It's about Blade. I get the feeling that all of book club is just his roundabout way of getting to be friends with me. I mean, I'm touched. He seems like a good guy, but shy. So how do I tell him I'm totally cool with being best pals without scaring him off? Got any thoughts?
If you want to be friends with Blade, just tell him.
You really think I should just lay it out there?
You guys fight hordes of bloodthirsty killers and not bat an eye. But you want to tell another human being that you enjoy their company and you forget how to speak.
Different skill sets, Hunter. But I'm always looking to improve, so thanks. I'm up to the challenge.
I wish I could be more helpful.
Please, you've been more than helpful just listening to me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go catch up with my reading. I'm a couple of chapters behind.
I can tell.
Watch it. No spoilers. I gotta say, I'm loving our current book.
What's good?
Hydra's going to remember that loss for all of 5... Awesome. Thanks, Hunter.
Hola.
Fascinating. Charlie, heal. What is it, Charlie? Find something? This must be an ember from the forge.
By the rising rings of... Oh, it's just you.
¿Qué pasa, Hunter?
I have the ember. The bottle is not even warm.
If it were giving off any heat at all, I'd be concerned, given the enchantment on that vessel. Now, let's see if this old girl still works.
So I can use the cauldron to brew... things?
Essentially, yes. Collect reagents on the Abbey grounds. You'd be surprised what we can make use of.
And I just dropped the ingredients in. Is that not dangerous?
That's part of the fun, isn't it? And I see you've already found a recipe book. I doubt you'll have any trouble following along. The second Bloodgate. I should warn you, Hunter. You may find the trial ahead more difficult than I originally let on. The gods will push you harder, and you might very well fail.
And if I do?
You dust yourself off and you get back in there. Or you train, rethink your approach, and come back later, when you feel ready.
And what if I am hurt? Or worse still, what if something happened to Charlie?
Neither of you will be harmed, dear. That's not what this is about. The Elder Gods want to see what you're made of, but they're not out to get you. Well, except Chthon, but you already knew that.
Then I should make an attempt while I am here.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Just enjoy yourself. You're the only one getting an opportunity like this.
I will do my best.
Oh, and Hunter, I should mention, you'll only be able to make one attempt at the trials per night. Even the old gods grow weary of their children eventually. Good luck. When many of the Elder Gods were corrupted and became what we would call demons, the god Atum, born from Gaia herself, was set upon our world to slay these monsters. In that sense, the two of you have had a share. Well, Hunter, and he may just honor you with his blessing.
I am impressed. No mercy. Blade told me to mention your mother. Apparently, she's promiscuous.
Atum was unleashed and made quick work of the demon, but in the process, he became something of a monster himself. He even became known as the Demogorg, the God Eater.
If this is a caution, some work. You were too weak for this fight. Your mother abandoned you. again, Lilith's servants fall.
How much more difficult this would be if Charlie was alive. I think we owe her a treat after this.
Cannot fall. That's your strength. Turn to your mother. Unprepared. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. Pathetic.
I think Blade is honestly jealous that you're getting this. And with live targets, too.
Now that was something. Next time, run while you still can.
If that doesn't make an impression on Autumn, I don't know what will. Good work, Hunter. With Attune's help, you shouldn't have any trouble uncovering the more elusive elements hidden throughout the grounds. Why don't you try out his blessing on that stone over there?
Autumn thinks otherwise. Autumn reveals all. Autumn must not see it that way. There must not be anything here. Autumn, show me the way. Autumn be praised. That did not work. I should try a different combination. If it was here, Autumn would show me. The son of Gaia approves. Interesting. Autumn does not answer. God is the order approved. Agatha's house. Intriguing. Something terrible happened here. There must not be anything here. This area, it feels wrong somehow. I sense an old suffering.
Members of the local coven were persecuted here. And worse.
Witches?
Salem's history with witches may have been distorted over the years, but some things are true. The witches of Salem did their best to thwart Shaw, but he rallied his congregation against them. The catalyst of the infamous Salem witch trials. When the coven called out in distress, it was Lilith and Sarah who came to their aid.
They came all the way from Transia with the Abbey to help a group they had never met?
You may not believe it, but I'm sure you would have done the same. Isn't that why the Sons are here today? Aside from that, your mother and Sarah both saw the signs of Chthon's influence. They knew there was more happening in Salem than the persecution of witches.
Chthon's corruption had taken root in the New World just like the colonists themselves.
And while Lilith and Sarah were still preoccupied in Transia, they entrusted one of the moon seals to the Knights of Wondercore, who brought it to the Coven with the hope that its power would reinforce them enough to deal with Shaw.
But that is not what happened.
Unfortunately, no. When the plague came to Salem, the same one that afflicted your father, Shaw used it to further agitate his flock by placing the blame squarely on the Coven.
And the witches?
The mob was vicious. And the rest is history.
But what about the Moon Seal?
After the trials, the Moon Seal vanished along with Shaw. Without drawing any conclusions, I think we can both guess where it went.
If this was his church, then it is possible the seal is still here, or somewhere nearby.
You read my mind. Good hunting, dear.
Autumn thinks otherwise. Was this always here? I may have forgotten a few things, but I feel as if I would remember a decrepit church on the grounds.
You may not remember the structure, but maybe you've heard of the man responsible for it? Hiram Shaw? This was his house of worship, and like a great many things on the grounds, Sarah preferred to keep it in a sort of mystic quarantine. Even I haven't been inside.
Is that all she did while I slept? Seal things off for our protection?
She can be overzealous at times, but in this case, she was right to be wary.
So, what dark secret does this place hold?
When Hiram Shaw first came to Salem, he was little more than a charlatan posing as a preacher. He managed to convince a few desperate souls to join his congregation, and with their help, he broke ground on this church. Whether it was coincidence or fate, in digging beneath the church, Shaw found something that would change the course of all of our lives. A long-forgotten page of the Darkhold.
If Shaw found a page of the Darkhold, it was because Chthon wanted it that way.
I tend to agree. That cursed book is always seeking out a way to return its master to power.
And a power-hungry preacher makes for the ideal messenger of darkness.
Yes, Shaw was an eager study, consumed almost immediately by the whisperings of Chthon and the Darkhold's power. Nearly overnight, the people of Salem, old and new, were at his threshold, waiting for the word.
What do you know about
That's
my father?
Not an easy question. Their mother loved him dearly, and he doted over her. I think for a time she forgot who she was, where she came from. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. She and Sarah both deserve to find something more than just another fight with Chthon. Lilith did. Sarah didn't. At least, not for a while longer still. I honestly think that's the only thing she ever had against him, blood or not. Until we speak again.
This must be Shaw's study. Autumn must not see it that way. She does not see it happening. Oster smiles upon me. Autumn does not answer. Ward is not like anything I have seen on the grounds before.
And yet, it's familiar somehow.
Like the wards of protection that Wanda invoked to protect Dr. Strange's sanctum?
Very perceptive, dear. Maybe you should approach the good doctor and see if he has any insights. And Hunter, be circumspect. Dr. Strange is no fool. Something on your mind?
Did Wanda ever make it to this place?
I suspect she did. But if she discovered... Goodbye. For now.
sees our path. Must not be her purview. She believes in our purpose. If it was here, Autumn would show me. I need to find the next moon seal. Autumn, show me the way. If I remember correctly, this is the grave of Will Walker, a notoriously vicious but effective vampire hunter. Blade would have liked him. The gods are fickle. If it was here, Autumn would show me. Autumn thinks otherwise. The son of Gaia approves.
Blade told me New York was cool.
I have something for you.
Oh?
Here you are.
Wonderful. We can use it in the ritual.
Hunter, I was just admiring the collection. Someone spent a great deal of time piecing this library together. I hope you don't mind me, having a look around.
Of course not, Doctor. The library is an asset to us all.
I see I'm not the only one who's taken an interest in these works. You haven't been getting into anything precarious, I hope?
I've found something on the Abbey grounds that I think you should see.
Oh, sounds mysterious. By all means, lead the way. I typically avoid venturing this far from the Abbey, especially at night. You were right to bring this to my attention, Hunter.
We thought it resembled one of your wards of protection.
There's a reason for that. It's the same magic Wanda invoked in her attempts to protect the Sanctum. But what is it that you're chasing out here? These wards aren't something to toy with.
I will not know for sure until I get past this. Is there any way to dispel it?
Unfortunately, no. What good would the wards of protection be if they were so easily broken? But I have been wrong before, at least recently. Do you have any suspicions as to who may have conjured this here?
I think most of us see a ward and assume Dr. Strange is involved.
While wards certainly are my forte, I'm afraid I can't take credit for this particular spell.
The only way I will know for sure is to find a way through to the other side.
I'll think on it and see if I can come up with some way to assist you, Hunter. For now, though, you'll have to be patient.
You kept civilians out of carnage. Nice work.
Hello, Hunter. You know where to find me, Hunter.
Autumn be praised. This is which sign? There must not be anything here. Autumn reveals all. Autumn must not see it that way.
Here, child. We shall be reunited soon. I cannot help but feel excitement.
We are standing in front of each other right now.
Not here, but in the physical realm. You don't need to be coy. I know you are coming.
To where exactly?
The Sanctum Sanctorum. The prophecy advances. As much as it will please me to see you, I beg you not to stand in my way. I cannot guarantee your safety this time.
The Sanctum is more than just a stronghold. It is Strange's home. He will never let it go.
I once thought that about the Abbey, so many centuries ago. I have said all I can. It is out of my hands now.
Actually, it seems to be all in your hands.
I wish that were so. But you know the truth. He is closer than ever before.
Who is?
I would not dare say his name in this place. Still, he will bring us together after so long. Is it selfish of me to say that it's our reunion that matters most?
We will see each other soon, Mother.
Something has changed with you, Hunter. I can sense.
Agatha.
It's all right, child. You have been through so much. Your mother is calling you back to her. Trying to break anything that stands between you.
Consider this barrier to be as unbreakable as my resolve to not follow in her footsteps.
Yes, I believe that. Your ancestral powers are awakening and taking root. They would be pleased you are choosing the angels of your better nature. But the real question is, are you pleased? Is this the path you want to continue to walk?
Yes, Agatha. This path pleases me. I am confident that the only thing that can defeat darkness is the blinding brilliance of light.
Then shine it. Drown out your mother's shadow.
I intend to.
Just remember, whoever you choose to be, I accept you.
The mirror table, our pulse on everything Hydra, really brings an Avengers Tower vibe to this place.
It has been useful. The Abbey always harbored great resources, but Stark and the Doctor have enhanced its abilities tenfold.
Don't get me wrong, Tony and the other Stephen are great. But I believe in giving credit where credit is due. You've also been doing your fair share, and I wanted to let you know that it hasn't gone unnoticed.
That is a generous compliment to give. Thank you, Captain.
It's not generous when it's true. They say a good soldier should always trust his gut, and if my gut is right, and it's almost always right, I think you have a destiny beyond just defeating Lilith.
And what destiny is that?
Keep playing it straight with me, Hunter, and maybe I'll trust you enough one day to tell you.
Ah, this is exactly what I needed. A chance to quiet my cluttered mind and just be.
What thoughts clutter your mind, Doctor?
Ever since the Sanctum was lost, I felt a bit adrift. Lost in a cosmic sea in which I've lost my ability to navigate. I've been giving a lot of thought to the direction my life will take if we survive your mother's apocalypse, but who am I if I'm not Sorcerer Supreme?
Sorcerer Supreme or not, you are still an Avenger.
But is that all I am? All I want to be?
Perhaps this is what you should meditate on.
Yes, that's a bright idea. Thank you for still having faith in me even when I've lost faith in myself. You are proving to be a most unexpected friend.
Hey, you.
You're looking stronger than ever, kiddo. Need something, dear?
You were there? At the witch trials?
Not initially, no. If I had been, I like to think I could have stopped them before it was too late. I sensed something was wrong, and when the witches cried out in distress, I came to Salem as quickly as I could.
But Shah had already committed his crimes against them?
Yes. It was a devastating discovery. And for the longest time, I blamed myself.
But you see now it was not your fault.
I've come to understand that we must accept the past and move on. But that doesn't mean I won't always carry that pain with me.
I know that feeling all too well.
I know, and I wish you didn't, dear. I really do.
I have heard that Wanda's power comes from Chthon.
The way I understand it, as a child, Wanda and her family lived in Transia, not far from Mount Wundagore. Within that mountain, the dark god Chthon had long been imprisoned, his corruptive influence an ongoing threat to the people of Transia.
And Wanda was affected?
Whether Chthon reached out to Wanda, or he found her by chance, I can't say, but Wanda was blessed or cursed by Chthon, touched by the power of chaos magic. While he had hoped to make her some sort of acolyte, she proved to be more capable than even he foresaw.
What can you tell me about Chthon?
One of the first Elder Gods, Chthon is said to have existed for tens of millions of years, well before the dawn of humanity on Earth. Believe it or not, he wasn't always the bastion of evil that we know today.
This story sounds familiar.
As the legend goes, the downfall of the old gods was actually brought upon by Chthon's brother Set, who found that by consuming his siblings, he could gain their power. After Set consumed Hypus, Chthon followed suit with the others, and in this way, many of the first gods also became the first demons.
And how did he come to be imprisoned on Earth?
In the same way Hydra has worked to restore Lilith, various cultists of the past sought to revive Chthon to wield his power. When Chthon failed to cooperate, these same cultists did the only thing they could. They locked him away again.
What do you know about Transia?
Transia is your ancestral homeland, Hunter, the birthplace of Lilith and Caretaker. It has always been a sort of magical junction, drawing in every type of occultist, sorcerer, and even the occasional Elder God. The Abbey grounds still behave in much the same way, even after all this time.
And Wundagore?
Wundagore Mountain has always played a prominent role in whatever scheme was underway. Chthon himself is said to have created the Darkhold, deep within the caverns of the mountain.
What was Caretaker like when she was younger?
I'm sure it's difficult to remember now, but Sarah wasn't always the steadfast contrarian. In our younger days, she was much more enthusiastic about dashing off to save the day, not unlike some of our younger allies among the Suns.
That does not sound like the Caretaker we know and love.
Keep in mind, Hunter, Sarah has faced a great deal of loss in her time here. Everyone she ever cared about, in fact. I would say she's earned the right to be disagreeable, at the very least. She is a very strong woman. I'm not sure I would have held up as well given the same circumstances.
Who were the Knights of Wundagore?
Another mysterious group of heroes in a world full of mysterious groups. Of course, I'm no expert on Transian history. I do know that the Knights of Wundagore were formed as a response to the growing threat of Chthon's influence near the mountain.
What exactly did they do?
Hydra was hardly the first to dabble in chthonic schemes. Many have tried and failed to awaken the Dark God. Over the centuries, the Knights fought alongside a number of allies who stood against the various crazed worshippers of Chthon.
Autumn does not answer.
I guess I could show you a couple of things.
There are some more wards I could...
Hunter, what you've got there is the latest in custom alloy, handcrafted, magically protected personal protective gear.
Yes, thanks to the symbiote sample young Mr. Parker recovered, we were able to isolate the alien energy signature that appeared to be causing you so much trouble. With this armor, you should now be able to get close enough to Venom to take him down.
This time without, exploding.
It feels good. Now, just get me back to New York and I will handle the rest.
Oh, you are gonna love this. What have you got for me, boss? These should definitely give you an edge. I'm pretty sure Charlie left the steaming coil in the hallway. Third state of matter, indeed.
How may the Sorcerer Supreme... It may not be flashy, but it will get the job done. If one of us isn't the miracle.
Later.
Armor. Looks slick, huh?
The new armor suits you. It looks pretty spectacular.
Jealous?
Incredibly.
If you like it, I can see about having Strange and Stark make one for you as well.
Those two? They barely kept it together long enough to make this for you. I'm not gonna push my luck. Besides, I got my own style.
The new outfit looks spectacular. Just really badass.
Oh, thank you.
It's amazing what a little teamwork can produce.
Teamwork? Oh, you mean Stark and Strange.
They finally got along enough to make this. I just hope it's enough to stop Venom.
I do not know if it will be enough. And neither do Stark and Strange. The armor may be Faithbreaker, but I have faith it will work.
Oh, a little wordplay. You should use that line on Tony. It would probably bring a tear to his eye.
I could discuss this armor all day, but...
Oh, I know. You've got a date with a symbiote. Don't let me stand in the way. Good luck out there.
I do not think you are even close to your limit.
I think you are pretty special, too.
Hello, my sweet girl. Rest easy, Spider-Man. I have dealt with the unknowable before.
Yes, but have you ever worn clothes with their own appetite? I know symbiotic alien goop can seem like a cool idea, but take it from me. Not worth it one bit. The symbiote gets in your brain and makes you do things you'd never ordinarily do.
I am no stranger to disembodied voices whispering their desires in my mind. And I was raised in a castle filled with ghosts, cursed grimoires, and unfettered cauldron access.
The symbiote is a little more complicated than run-of-the-mill hauntings. When the goop gets hangry, it goes on a devouring spree, and its favorite snack is human beings. Midtown would be a sumptuous buffet.
Have some faith in me, Peter Parker. I will not be swayed by the suit.
Oh, I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the wardrobe from outer space. I guess there's no other way, huh?
Only this suit can penetrate the symbiote barrier around the sanctum.
Yeah, I hear that too. What sits worse with me? The Sanctum Sanctorum is wearing a symbiote. Alien-possessed architecture gives me the extra creeps.
Both Stark and Dr. Strange invested serious time and effort into making the symbiote suit as safe as possible. Magic and science working together is a dream come true.
Depending on who you ask, Tony Stark hasn't always been one of the good guys. Some of his inventions might have done more harm than good. I honestly think that's why he gave us these sparks for free. That's not my theory, by the way, just something I heard on the internet. And from Illyana and Nico. Oh, and I think Strange muttered it under his breath once.
I wasn't aware of that.
Don't even get me started on Doctor Strange's meddling with the multiverse. But you're right, Hunter. There is no way this could possibly backfire.
If it does, Spider-Man, we will deal with the repercussions as a team.
Or get eaten by a symbiote wearing Sanctum Sanctorum as a team. Just be careful wearing that extraterrestrial tracksuit, Hunter. Last thing we want is for you to turn against us.
Thank you for your concern, Spider-Man.
Thanks for hearing me out, Hunter.
Perhaps, Aunt, the Spider-Man is correct.
This is not the first time we've used the weapons of the enemy to fight our enemy, and it will not be the last. But it is your decision, Hunter. You are the one wearing it.
I have endured corrupting forces in the past. Whatever this symbiote's nature truly is, I shall not let its thoughts become mine.
I expect nothing less from you, Hunter. I suppose I do have a single misgiving, Hunter. If the symbiote has any unusual reactions to your collar, well, keep an eye on it, and be sure to let me know as soon as possible.
I feel like it goes without saying. If anything compromises the integrity of the collar, it is important, correct?
That is correct. Your collar and your life are intrinsically linked. We would need to mitigate any damage to save your life. Hunter, you must take extreme caution in all actions. The threads binding our reality together are inextricably bound in surprising ways. Sometimes they are stitches, other times knots or tangles. Reckless action and needless risk are the threats we must be most aware of. Now, put on your alien suit and go free the Sanctum Sanctorum of Lilith's corruption. I do not believe Spider-Man's fears to be founded, but nothing is certain. However, if he is right, I fully expect Spider-Man to be annoying about it, so don't let that happen. Remember, if your collar reacts oddly to the symbiote, alert me immediately.
Hey, can I ask a favor? Thanks, Hunter.
Good day, Hunter. Still no sign of Venom. The Parker boy really came through.
Even with his disappearance, his pet symbiote has unfortunately not given up its taste for my sanctum.
Neither has Hydra. They've upped the guard again, which I didn't even think was possible.
This symbiote creature has had a stranglehold on us long enough. It is time to strike.
Are you sure that thing is safe?
Well, we didn't exactly have a manual, but the science and spooky bits are sound.
You should be well protected.
It's a big risk.
So is leaving Lilith in command of the Sanctum.
You're both right.
But I bet you have another option. Sorry, didn't mean to spoil your moment.
A frontal assault has too many variables, but there's always the hole.
The back door. Of course. I know the risks.
But at some point, we have to start believing in each other. In ourselves. Your design will hold.
We would never let you step into battle unprepared.
Besides, what was the first rule of demon hunting you taught me? If at first you don't succeed, stab, stab again.
Aw, you think Reed and Sue have such heartwarming moments with Johnny and Ben?
Get to thank them back for strength.
I'd like your optimism.
I wish we had more time to test Strange and Stark's monstrosity of a creation.
That is some messed up wallpaper.
Must have got hungry without Venom around.
Evil consumes everything, even itself.
Ready for round 2?
Always.
Ding ding.
What is that?
Old magical graffiti? You tell me.
Not the wards. That.
Caretaker, tell Strange we found the way back into his sanctum.
Finally.
Oh, and one more thing.
We are not alone.
We will never forsake her.
You've proven that the Faithbreaker can smash through that symbiote. Now you'll just have to do it a few more times. Oh, and try not to bring the roof down on your heads in the process.
I think I can hear Strange grimacing through the radio.
Take this! You really got a one-track mind. Here, this should help. They still haven't changed their minds.
Your loyalty to the Mother of Demons will be your undoing.
Exactly what I needed.
Oh, this one thinks they're sneaky.
Hail Hydra!
I could have done so much worse.
As ordered!
That's still not gonna be enough.
Here it comes.
Changing their approach.
This is gonna get messy.
Hydra sure does get around. Are we sure they don't have a limbo portal too?
Enjoy your nap. Ready up.
Maybe you can teach me that one.
Don't blink.
I don't see advantage in the future. At the end of the day, it still comes down to me punching something.
Some things never get old, kiddo.
They're hoping to wear me down.
Don't overdo it now.
It's almost a shame Stark and the Doctor aren't here to see their little project in action. The Faithbreaker will finally purge Venom's foul corruption from the Sanctum and the city.
those gloves won't work for anyone else. We'd love to see Carol, Captain Marvel, not those tendrils as Sakaar.
Aw, Blade. Such a sweet talker.
Indeed. For now, leave the Faithbreaker to me. No mercy for the servants of Lilith. Weak, even for Hydra. The advantage is mine. You are lucky to still be breathing.
Never seen that before. That's not supposed to hurt.
On Beta, moving into position.
Hydra will just keep throwing warm bodies in there until you're exhausted. Try and focus on the symbiote, not the soldiers.
Fake ammo.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Scrap.
I'm impressed.
I've got some scores to settle.
Time to...
Systems damage.
You kissed the mother with that mouth?
Targeting systems active.
Let's do it. One more.
That's a neat trick. That's one hell of a move.
We're trapped.
Get some.
We've got the best tech in the world on our side.
I have to try harder than that.
Confirmed enemy target. Reinforcements inbound.
Crossbones will just keep throwing Hydra bombs in there until you're exhausted.
Give the mother my regards in hell.
lessened.
How many times you gonna try that?
You think that would stop me?
This shouldn't take too long.
Was that truly your best?
Lucky shot. I think you got it. About time. It sounds to me like they just missed their mama.
I serve until the end.
This is getting old.
They're almost here. Hold position.
Is that everyone?
We've got movement here.
Your fate is sealed.
Nice move.
Did someone feel a breeze? We've broken through.
Gonna sound like one of Blade's action movies right now. Let's go!
Get to the sanctum!
Mother,
You kept me waiting, child.
I am here now.
Yes. Alone. Always so alone.
Did I miss the party?
You are just in time.
I told you the door works now.
Sorry. First apocalypse excitement, I guess.
The little sorcerer returns home.
Can't say I like what you've done with the place, Demon Mother, or my friend. No matter. already. The power of the sanctum returns to me. Your days of plundering its secrets end today!
But that was never the plan. Now.
Yes, Mother.
Banner's infernal device has torn through the wards themselves. If we are to have any chance of stopping Lilith, we must interrupt her mystic's ritual and seal that breach.
It's up to me.
They deserve no mercy. Call forth something from the depths.
You'll never forsake her.
Show the servants of Lilith any mercy. My blade certainly will not.
Nice. A little less friendly than my neighborhood, but gets the point across.
Carol would be so proud of you. mystics fall before us.
You know, you're pretty good at this.
Let's I fully intend to make this as miserable as possible for you. Fair warning.
You ain't precious time. We serve until the end.
Going to get you for this.
I know I'm new to this whole prophecy game, Doc, but none of this is good, is it?
No, Peter, it is not. Rectify the situation.
I will be... What? 2 steps behind us? I've seen too many movies to fall for that one. I'm staying.
As am I.
By the will of the old god. In the search for wealth and power, a tinge of fascism. Hydra will never change.
You had your chance to escape.
Hydra stands.
We will not fail.
Hey, that's not that one.
You cannot stop me like that.
Respond. Anyone. Damn this interference. Not getting through.
The mystical barrier that separates the realms is collapsing. Some technical difficulties are to be expected. I don't know if you can still hear me, Sarah, but if something should happen, please tell Tony not to touch my stuff.
Welcome assistance. Hail that.
why you don't mess with the Sorcerer Supreme.
It's remarkable how well Hydra manages to attract new recruits despite decades of ineptitude.
Here we go again! Should come in handy. Nothing personal, but I think you're out of your league here.
Never surrender. We are
Careful, I bruise easy.
Her children will join us.
Still they persist.
This has gone on long enough. We must purge this evil from the sanctum no matter what it takes.
Never a time for you to lose your temper, Doctor. This would be it.
Let's show them how it's done.
I knew we could do it.
Try this on for size. Nice. Let's do this.
The light is on our side. The power of the light. That was your one chance.
I'll return the favor in kind.
That's what you want.
Everything according to plan.
A gift of ancient tradition.
I feel like I've seen a ninja somewhere using that same move. Good one.
Blade told me to mention your mother. Apparently, she's promiscuous.
You've made a feel for corruption spreading.
Oh, this should be good. Maybe put some ice on that. You'll feel better.
You were too weak for this fight.
Well done, my friend.
Doc, come on! We have to go!
Leave if you must. I can hold it.
Like hell you can! Not good, right?
No. No, it is not.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. That really, really sucked.
Try adding a few dozen more reallys.
I'm in shock. I didn't expect to lose the sanctum.
Oh, you didn't expect to lose the sanctum? That was my whole life. Ripped open and decimated before my eyes.
We need to have a serious conversation about Lilith. She's much stronger than we anticipated.
We did everything we could, and it still wasn't enough.
Lilith is a pain, for sure. But right now she's hiding behind our boy Bruce, and if he's giving her IT advice, then that's a problem I can do something about.
I failed. How else can I describe it? I failed not just my teammates, but the world.
That's right. You did fail. All of you.
Oh, hey, don't sugarcoat it or anything.
But that doesn't mean you lost. And that is an important distinction. This war is far from over. And tomorrow we will rise again. And fight again.
I'm too tired for a hoorah, but the sentiment is there.
I appreciate the inspirational words. We all need it.
I'm sure. Now rest, get some sleep. All of you. The battle will wait until morning.